All right, thank you guys for jumping on. I am going to be filling in for Sean since he had a little mishap. You'll know he just came back from Alaska for his stint with his service before he has to leave out again. So he's got some little bit of issues, but that's why we are such a great team. We always help each other when we can. So one of the things I'm going to be showing you guys tonight is how I construct pages and stay on target. One of the things I like to do is just think about what I like to do, think of the different things that encourage me, that pique my interest, that potentially could pique you guys or my potential readers. So one of the things that I have found, and I get asked quite a lot from Google and other travel companies, is to write reviews for places that I've been. So one of the things that I'm going to do is we just went to Music Road Resort in Pigeon Forge for a week for my birthday. And so I'm going to write a review. It's sort of like a content page. And so I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. I have one of my students that was creating some new content, and she couldn't find her pages, and come to find out they were all posts. So one of the things that I always like to do to alleviate that issue is always click on all pages. So all your pages show up. Then whenever you go to add new, automatically you know you are in pages and you don't have to worry about doing it in a post by mistake. So I'm just going to come here and go to add new. And since this is basically a review, I'm not going to be so much worried about key phrases as I am about the content and how I want the pages to flow. So one of the things you want to do is when you go on vacation, you always take pictures. You have multiple pictures. And I hear people say, well, how do I get my pictures off my camera onto my page? And everybody emails them to each other or emails them to yourself. Well, there's this great little thing on your phone. They're called apps. Ever heard of those? Well, on your apps, you can actually download your Dropbox app. Okay. So you can download Dropbox on your phone, even though if you have the free one, I have the paid one, but you can get the free Dropbox app. And it links and sync it with your Dropbox on your computer. Then you just download or upload all your images to your Dropbox file. And once that's done, then once it's in your Dropbox, then you can actually use them on your computer because they're synced. So I'm going to use exactly what I'm talking about, the Music Road. Tennessee. So literally, I'm just going to use Music Road Resort. As my key phrase. So now that I have that in there, one of the things I want to talk about is the resort itself. And I'm going to literally create an outline of the different topics I want to talk about. Now, if I was doing a page for marketing, then I would use key phrases. I would go use Jaxie, look up the key phrase that I want to talk about and see what other related key phrases that show up that could relate to my topic, and always get at least the top 5 and use those as key phrases or headlines. But since I'm writing a review, I'm not really worried about so much key phrases as I am about what people like. So I'm going to talk about the resort. I'm going to talk about entertainment. I'm going to talk about shopping. I'm going to talk about the seasons. No, might do that in resort. I'm going to talk about attractions and nature. Okay. So once I get to writing, I'm just going to come back up here. And the one thing I want to do is usually I wait till the last of my page to write my meta description. But since I know this is just going to be a piece about what I want to write about, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Okay. And I might come back and update it later, but right now that's what I want to talk about. It caters to the couple as well as to the family, centered in the heart of Pigeon Forge. And I'm going to put Tennessee. There we go. So that's that. And I want to make sure my slug, I'm already going to put this. I want it set. So whenever I want it set, I don't want it to change to my title. I key in my phrase, my slug. So then I'm just going to talk about what I did in Pigeon Forge. I'm going to put caters. Okay. And I will continue to talk about this, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Hollywood. All right. So there's that. So I'm going to be talking about these, and then I'm going to come down here and then talk about the resort itself. And I'm going to turn this from a paragraph to a heading. And then I will actually include the resort, talk about the resort, include pictures. So I'm going to see if my stuff is finished downloading on my Dropbox. All right, let's see. So I'm going to download them from my phone to my Dropbox again. So I'm going to grab this video and go to Dropbox from my phone. And let's see how long it takes. So once it gets on my phone, all right, so where do I want to put it? I want to put it in advertising pictures or choose a different folder. Let's do travel. Do I have one for travel? No. So I'm going to go and put it under family and Sheila. Okay. So now I'm going to go here with the resort. And I'm going to choose a block. And let's go with browse all. And we are going to go and get when I grab a video. So I'm going to, let's see, where's my videos? Come on, come on. It's just a video. So let's see if it'll let me do an image. It's not necessarily an image. Not a widget. I'm going to see if it'll let me just do a video. Okay, and I am going to upload it. And we are going to go to my Dropbox. We're going to go to family. I'm going to go to Sheila and all files. Okay, it didn't put it because I need a video. So I'm going to have to change this out. Remove this block. And let's find us a video. I need a video. Okay, so let's go find us a video. I just need a basic video link. There we go, video. Upload video. And let's go back again, Dropbox, family. Oh, come on, it didn't upload yet. Oh, there it goes. I've got to hit save, so it knows to do it. So it's uploading. So once that gets uploaded, I'll be able to put that video in there, and we're going to have the video that I took there. You can also upload it to your Facebook, not Facebook, your YouTube, and you can do it on YouTube, which is the better place to do it because then you can actually put your information in there. You can give a story to it, but you want to be able to do that. But use your Dropbox. And the reason I say Dropbox instead of your Google Doc or your Google Drive is because your website doesn't relate to your Google Drive. It relates to your Dropbox as far as looking for stuff. So that was the one reason that I use my Dropbox for this. It's just easier to do. So it's uploading to Dropbox. Give it one more minute and it should be done. Show in folder. Okay, so there we go. So now let's upload it. And I put it in advertising pick, so it changed it. There it is. All right, so I want to open. Okay. This, there we go. So that came straight off my pictures. This might actually be my TikTok video, or maybe not. Nope. So once that gets in there, yep, this is my TikTok. So I actually have it on my TikTok. So now that I do have it on my TikTok, it does have information on there. So it has the link where they can go and do my TikTok. Once this gets uploaded, I'll go in and change the size. So I don't want it to be that big, but it's the video of the lobby, talking about the resort itself. Again, like I said, you could actually take this and put it to your YouTube and then bring your link over there. And then you have several different ways that you can advertise that. And then you're going to talk about the entertainment. And here you're going to talk about, pull out the things that you actually did. There we go. So there's that. So we want to make this a bit smaller. Feed. So hopefully it will let me make it smaller. It may not. I might have to go in and play with that for a little bit to get that to be a bit smaller, because I don't want it to play playback controls. Yes, I want playback controls. Preload, meta description, metadata. So I'll have to go in here and play with that. I might actually go in and remove it because it is so big, or go in and play with the HTML code. I can do that and fix it to make it smaller. So then you're going to do your entertainment. You're going to make that into a heading. And again, you can pull out the different entertainments. We went to Dixieland Stampede, and actually saw their Christmas show. I took pictures of every one of the scenes there. I also took some videos of the whole performance on some of them. So I can actually upload those into YouTube and then come back and put those in there. Especially there's one of the Christmas Nutcracker scene that they did with the fairies and everything. The acrobat was in there. They had the Santa Claus come out at the end. Sorry about that. So I can put that in there, but I'm going to talk about the entertainment that we saw. Talk about the shopping that we did. We went to one of the villages, so I'm going to talk about that. We went to the Old Mill Village, and we actually took a picture with me and my husband at the Old Mill that they actually have there. Took pictures of and video of the people there. They were actually making knives at the forge, so you can actually sit there and watch them at the forge. They had railroad spikes, they had old nails, they had any type of metal. You go and choose your metal and they would make a knife for you right there on the spot. Put the handle in it any way you want to see, make it. They had the knife there. You can get a small one, you can get a large one, you can either get jewelry made, but they did it right there on the spot. They allowed you to put the apron on, You went back there with them, all gloved up, safety equipment, and actually watched them and participated in making your own knife. That was amazing. We sat there and watched them do that for a little bit. But you can talk about the shopping. They have the Tanger outlet malls. They have all different outlets. They have tons of Jean Place, Carhartt, Wrangler, different boot places that you can go there, all within walking distance of this resort. And that's one of the things you want to highlight, or that I'm going to highlight, is the walking distance of it. And then the attractions. Like I said, we were literally probably 10 minutes from Dollywood itself. It's open year round. Right now they have their Christmas lights and Christmas shows going on. They have this place that's called Lumberjack, where they have the men compete with chopping logs and rolling logs and all kind of stuff, just like you see on TV. They also have a big old, what do you call it? The obstacle course in the air. So you have to go through it in the air. It's not on the ground, but it's probably what, 30, 40 feet up. It's a good bit up there, and the whole thing's in the air. You're strapped down, and then when you get to the end, you bungee jump down or rappel from the top all the way to the ground. So it was really fun. We didn't do that, but we sat and watched them. They all have meals and attractions. You had the Hollywood Wax Museum, probably about a quarter of a mile from the hotel. You had the Hard Rock Cafe. You had the NASCAR Speed Park. There's all kind of little go-kart places, Ferris wheels that run, all year long. And of course, there's a Walmart. So for those of you who don't like the non-traditional, you want to stay traditional, there's a Walmart. We found one. They also have several grocery stores. The hotel has its own kitchen that's there on site. They have continental breakfast. They have 4 or 5 pools. They have outdoor pools. They have spas. Some rooms have indoor spas. We had one in the suite. Most of the suites have their own balconies. And it was by the Pigeon Forge River. So these are the things that I'm going to put in there about that. And then nature. One of the things I'm going to talk about when I get to the nature part is you are in the mountains, okay? You are in the Appalachian Mountains. There's nature trails to go. Gem mining. We were going to go gem mining, but the weather just didn't cooperate where you can go and literally mine for gems. You just go and buy which size bucket you want. They take you to this place. You dig through the rock and rubble and whatever, and you bring it back. They go through it, find what you can. And you can take the raw gem there, or they have a jeweler on site. You just pay a little bit of extra and they can make it into earrings, bracelet, whatever, depending on what size gem you have. And then you have the nature trails where you can go and hike. At this time of the year with the leaves were changing. It wasn't too cold. It was about 65, 70 degrees, which was wonderful in the middle of November. But right now they're starting to see snow. We actually saw one of the resorts up there. They were making snow so that they could ski. So you could go and see that, just to go see the waterfalls around there, the animals that you can see. I know Sean, if y'all seen some of Sean's pictures when he was up there, the Kodiak bears, he saw the salmon, the different animals. Same thing up there. You see the wildlife that's there. You can take trips, do your own bookings. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this page. I'm not going to write it because I don't want to bore you guys, but this is how I create my pages, is I have my outline. And then towards the end, I'll intersperse it with different things. This picture's really I don't like it, but anyway, I'll fix it. But then you can talk about, your shopping, the attractions, nature, and then you can just say rest and relax. And this is where you can talk about what you've gotten out of it. Remember, every page you create should always have a personal flair to it. It shouldn't all be salesy. In the process of looking at a person that's been denied several times from Google, and I see a lot of sales stuff in their site, not a lot of personal. Google likes personal. They like stories. They like you to have stuff in there that has nothing to do with selling or in your face selling. This one, I know somebody's like, what are you going to put in there? We got this lovely thing right here. It's called Sephora. If you go in and log into your old Sephora account, it's going to come up that it's not found. Just click on the home page, log in with your other information. Everything comes right back up. Okay. You get this link. It's going to have cluster in it. That's one of the things that's changed. I don't know why. But use this link, travel. Talk about travel. Hey, if you want to experience this, then just register for this free account and book your next outing. Go to Music Resort and earn money. But that's how you intersperse it. You don't have to say in your face, they're going to make money or anything like that. Say, hey, book your next trip. Go ahead and get started. Set it up 2 months in advance so you know when you're ready. Things like that. I'm going to talk about our indoor spa. Great place to look out the balcony with the hot tub and a glass of wine. Very relaxing, restful. So that's how you can tie in your products. Even with the shopping, how you going to dress? Go out to nature. How you going to dress? And, depending on the weather, you're going to have a jacket. You're going to have your hoodie. You're going to have your gloves, your mitts, your scarves on. So again, we got scarves. So there, you're going to need chapstick. I don't know if the lip balm page is up yet, but once it gets up, you can talk about the lip balm. You can talk about chapsticks. So there's all kind of ways you can intersperse your products in here without it being in your face. Just talk about what you use. And yeah, my lips got chapped. I had to use my lip balm, to keep it up. And all you have to do is just highlight the word lip balm and go to the link. Same thing with, hey, we booked our travel site, got our hotel way in advance, beat the rush hour, and it beat the traffic, and just highlight, we booked early, and highlight that and use your link. You don't have to say click here, go here, register, start now. Just talk about what you're doing and how you did it and use that as your link. Be very subtle, not very in your face or direct. You have sales pages for that. But when you're talking about fun stuff, you don't want to make it look salesy. So that's what you do. And then when you get this done, you get your page done, and they asked you to write a review, because you always, I don't care where you stay at, about 2 days later, you're going to get an email or a text that say, hey, can you give us a review? How did you like it? And you go on there and you write a review, and some of you give them 5 stars and you don't say anything. Give a sentence. Oh, this was a great place. I really enjoyed it. I wrote about it. And if you want to read about all the attractions, here's your link. Here's my link. Some of them will let you put a link in. Some of them, they won't. You have to get creative. That's where you go to .com and put that in there and let them read it. They come to your site and read about it. That's one of the great places or great things that you can do to get free access. Like I said, all these things right here, I'm going to go and put them in my YouTube, come back and change this out. YouTube's another thing. Go in there and label it my resort adventure at Pigeon Forge, and put Music Road Resort, and literally name it, because people are going to search Music Road Resort, or they're going to search Music Road or search resort, and your page will come up. So these are one of the few times where you use the actual name of the place, because it's a review. You don't want to be very subtle in this. You want to be in your face. Hey, this is a review on this place. Be very specific. And write about it. I know all of us have traveled at some point in time, especially those of us that have gone to all of these seminars that we've gone to, and events for our Vela Vita, for our wine program, for different things, our retreats that we've won. We've stayed at places. We've used car rentals. We've used airlines. We've used services. Write reviews on them and name the place that you got it from, or that you visited, or that you went to. I know when we were in Hawaii, some of them went to the luau. I haven't seen many pages on that luau, that specific luau, or that I know Stacy's got one. But
okay, I'll finish it. It's in draft. Picking on me. You're just checking to
I
see
knew
if
you had one because you were my roommate. But that's kind of the things, guys. We need this. You need to get that. So if you are being denied Google and your site's amazing and it looks really good, go back and read it and see how much of you are in your pages and how much of it is sales. You want to have those pages that don't have any links in them. They're just strictly content. It's letting somebody know something, know how to do something. We're redoing our kitchen. I'm actually doing the tile, God forbid. So I got my cabinets in. So I'm tiling the backsplash. So guess what I'm having to do is take off the wallpaper. So Monday I'm starting to remove wallpaper. So I'm going to videotape myself spraying that goo on to get the adhesive loose so I can scrape. That's going to be fun. So that's things you do some do it yourselves. I'm doing crafts.
Yes. I've got my Mama Mechanic page, but there was no for that because it wouldn't be able to be published if there were videos.
But things like that, especially women, I mean, there's things that you've had to do on your own because either there wasn't a man available or you just didn't have time to wait for one and you had to figure it out on your own, especially if you're a mom too. There's just things we can't wait on a man to do. We got to do it right then and figure things out. I know with me, I'm very impatient when it comes to something I want to do. I want to do it now. Just like my husband came home today, I wanted to put the tree up and put it in a different place. Well, in order to do that, I had to move one piece of furniture to get the tree where I wanted it. Well, guess what? When I moved that chair, it didn't sit right with the rest of the room. So my husband came home and the house was flipped upside down, the living room, all because of one piece of furniture. And I still don't have the tree up because it took me that long to get my furniture back situated. So now I got to put the tree up. But that's one of the things you do, guys, is you write about that, how just one piece of furniture changes the whole outlook of how you want to do something. Or maybe an outfit. You know, everybody knows I collect shoes. How about I put one pair of shoes on and with an outfit, and all of a sudden I didn't like the way the outfit looked with the shoes. And instead of changing the shoes, I changed the outfit because I really want to wear those shoes. But those are the kind of things you want to talk about, just your day-to-day, you think is very mundane things. It's not. And just literally create an outline of how you want to talk about that particular thing and stick to it. Don't veer from what you're talking about. Don't get sidetracked. Just write based on what your outline is. And then when you come back, I got one of my students, I love her to death, but she tries to make everything perfect. I'm very OCD, very much so. Everybody knows I'm a K. I got to make sure everything's perfect. And it really bugs me sometimes when it's not, but I also know based on research, people don't like perfection. They want to see your mistakes. So don't go back and reread your page and try to make it perfect. I always say, and this is my true belief, nobody's going to sway me. When I finish a page, other than going back and adding a picture or changing a capitalization somewhere, I don't really worry about punctuation or spelling, or if the word "the" or "than" should be better, because however it comes out from the end, to me, that's the way God wanted me to write it. Somebody needs to read it the way it came out. Plain and simple. I don't go back and critique my own writing. If I see something that blatantly stands out, then yeah, that's the one I need to change. But I don't go back and proofread my pages. When I get done, I got green and green. I go and add a picture. I might change, put a link in. If something stands out that's wrong and it just bugs me to death, then I'll fix that. But I do not go back and proofread my pages. That's just me. Because if I did, then I would I'd never publish a page, because I would stay on it and refix it and rewrite it and think about it and overthink it. Don't overthink. Remember, these are things you've already lived through. It's not going to change no matter how much you rewrite it. Your first impression and your first draft is usually your most honest. So stick with it. So that's how I create pages. If I wasn't talking and writing at the same time, I could probably have this done by now. It's just, because I write and think. And that's the other thing. Talk while you're writing and write what you're talking. And write what you're saying, because literally that's your true expression of how you want to write. Just write what you're saying. It can't get any better than that. It can't get any more honest or any more open. And don't second guess what you're saying. However you're writing that page or presenting that thought or idea is exactly the way it's supposed to be for whoever it needs to reach out to. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. And one thing Rory had shared before, Sheila, was Google's always asking for you guys to review where you've been, right? You get the little thing, hey, we saw you were at this such and such restaurant. Give us your feedback. Guess what? Don't give them the feedback right away. Go write a page about it. Then go to the Google and give your feedback and include your link to read more here. I've got a whole lot more to say about my experience, good or bad or whatever, and get them back to your PBS. That's organic traffic.
Yeah. And don't think
Google
it has
really
to
likes
be,
that.
yeah, don't think it all has to be positive. If
No.
you didn't have a good experience, put it in there. But don't let it all be negative either. Put in good stuff, because even when we have a bad experience, you know, there's always good. Because when we were at Dollywood, we got there an hour beforehand and it was crowded. I mean, it was like this, waiting to get in. The bar was crowded. The stage center was crowded. They wouldn't let you in the arena until it was time to go. So it was crowded, but guess what? While we were standing in line, I talked to 4 people and gave out 3 business cards. So, and they were talking about their mixed drinks. And I was like, well, I don't drink, but I'm in this wine club and I got the same looks I always get. But those are things that you can talk about. You can still talk about the negatives, but bring out positives too. But always, guys, anytime you're writing, our advertising pages are great. Our Wine of the Month Club is an ad page. But you need to have what Rory's going to tell y'all is that content marketing, where it's not really about a sale so much as your opinion and how you live your daily life and how that particular product or that experience affected you. And be very open. Just be out there. That's what your Dream Bigger pages are for, is to actually dig within to figure out why you're doing what you're doing and what you need to do to get where you need to go. And people want to read that. My team's been posting theirs, and it's just amazing the different points of view that everybody is giving this same one topic. It's been hit from religious to educational to growing up to changing their whole way of thinking. I've got one that changed their whole religious aspect outlook from when they started as a young person to where they are now. So there's just different things that you can see that you can do. Let that be throughout your whole website. When somebody reads your website, they're going to connect to you through your words. They're not going to connect to you through your sales. They're going to connect to you by that heart to heart. And it's always going to be your first 2 paragraphs is what's going to catch them. Plain and simple. If you don't catch them within those first 2 paragraphs, they're not going to read the rest of it. That's just, sorry, it's not going to happen. So those first 2 paragraphs, one should be, hey, this is what I got. The next one should be more about you. And just fill it in. But get that content writing in there, guys. Get some stuff in there that has nothing to do with sales, and don't be in your face sales all the time. Be very subtle on some pages, and on some pages, don't be at all. It's okay.
Sean's looking a little cold.
He's not in yet.
No, She should be home in about a half an hour. So I had a couple things to say on that, Sheila. You said if you go to like a resort or something, they send you an email for a survey or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can also go to TripAdvisor, right?
Yep. Yep.
And are there any other? There's some other ones out there, aren't there?
Travelocity, I think, has one. Any place that's resort advertises to. You can also go to, I think it's Google Travels, or I can't remember what it is. You can also go to your Facebook and you can put reviews in your Facebook. There's different places. You just can look up for reviews. You can go to Yelp. I think Yelp's another place that you can go in and put reviews for places. You can go on Craigslist and put in a review on Craigslist under travel. There's different places you can just go and literally, just like you do an ad, just go out and post an ad. Hey, Music Road Resort, that's what I would do. Or the Inn on the River is the other one we stayed at. And I can just type that name in and just give a review straight off on Facebook. Same thing with TikTok. I've gotten like 900 views on that one from TikTok already, and it's only been 2 weeks. And I mean, just different things that you guys can do. And just remember, in your description, make sure you have your link to your page. So don't just automatically say, oh, I got this, let me go ahead and write a review. Because by the time you submit it and then come back and say, oh, I should have wrote a page, it's too late. Write your page first and then do your review. Okay.
Cool.
All right, that's all. So I hope
Awesome.
that helped.
I think, Sean, you probably have once your fingers thaw, you'll be able to write down a whole bunch of ideas. I mean, you're just coming back from Alaska. I'm sure.
I've already got my Kodiak page already written, and I'm going to add more to it as I go, and pictures and videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, the other thing is when you do go on these trips or go, visit these places or go on vacation and you do take pictures, we don't want a picture catalog on your website, but YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook is a great place to where you can have a photo album of your adventure and then come in and send them to your site. Those are the places you want photo albums. Stacy introduced me to Mosho. I use that bad boy all the time and upload it to TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. But it's a way you can do montage. Canva's another way you can create montage videos of your pictures. So there's all kind of things that you can do. Post it to YouTube and even have a thing of you talking. Go on YouTube and say, do an introduction and say, this is my photo, my video log or vlog of my adventure. And then let your reel start showing. So be creative, get outside the box. I reconstruct the box and then blow it up, do it all over again. That's what we do as K's. Get out of your box. Think outside. All of us have exciting lives, whether you think so or not. You've done something that nobody else has done. Let them know that you've done it and how you did it. That's all.
I think that's plenty. All right, we are right towards the top of the hour. I think thanks everybody for coming, and thanks for your patience today as we neglected to communicate between all of us MSIs tonight, but it worked out. And we'll see you all Saturday morning with Rory, and be ready to have a lot of brain snaps nearby as Rory just keeps creating new pages.
Yep.
And I'll give some training on wine.
Yes.
I'm
I need
prepared
that.
for that. I'm ready.
Awesome. Yes, because you're the second hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yes, we got to come and support Sean on the second hour. So
I got some good stuff. I'm going to teach on.
And
All
you
right.
come.
All right, guys, we will talk to you all Saturday. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you, guys.
Bye.